Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about a few things that is going to put money back in your pocket absolutely immediately. And we're not going to get into specifics of everything. We're just going to throw these out there that way they're putting the ideas in your mind and you can take action immediately. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the big three, and that is housing, transportation, and food. Now, if you can learn to save with these three things, these are really going to affect your life tremendously. So let's start with housing. The first thing you want to really think about is, do you really need to be where you're at? And what I mean by that is your place very large? Do you need that size of a home? And for me, myself, I live in a smaller house. It's a 2-bedroom house. And what that does for me is, one, it's way cheaper. Two, way cheaper to cool, and it's way cheaper to heat. So that saves me a lot of money, not only on the housing itself, but everything else that kind of goes with the utilities. Transportation. One of the things that you want to think about as far as transportation goes is when you're thinking about buying that new car, don't buy a used car. The reason is that anytime that you buy a new car, as soon as you drive off the lot, it's worth $4,000 less. And then in a year, it's worth $8,000 less. So if you buy a used car, the depreciation value of that car is given to the original owner, and you can get a used car for a lot cheaper, and it saves you a lot of money in the long run. And one of the things I want to talk about also is kind of a combination of housing and transportation, and it's this. If you have to drive to work like some of the rest of us do and you don't work from home, you have to go somewhere else. One of the things that you want to think about is, can you get to housing that is closer to your work? I mean, how many of us really spend a lot of time on our commute? Because for the most part, the thing that we drive to the most is our job. At least that is true for me. I have a job that is under 15 minutes to my house, so I don't spend a lot of time commuting. It saves me on time, and it saves me on a lot of money as far as fuel goes. One of the other things that you want to think about is, can you do public transportation? Obviously, I don't. You might be able to, you might not be able to. A lot of people in the city are used to this. People in my areas, not so much, but that's one of the things that could save you a lot of money if you could just do more public transportation. Next one is food, and for the most part, you've probably heard this before, but stop eating out. Stop eating out so much. If you're eating out 2 or 3 times a week, you are killing your wallet. It's okay to eat out. Do it once every few weeks or once a month or something like that, but the amount of money that you're going to save if you eat at home is going to make your bank skyrocket. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. I take my lunch to work every single day. We have concessions there that we could buy, but you're talking about a pop that's $2, and then you have to buy a sandwich that's $4 and all this stuff. And I make something at home and I take that to work. So that saves me a bunch of money. And then I don't go out to eat very often, and I make things at home, and that saves me even more money. So think about what you're spending on food. Here's the big one. When you get a raise, don't change the way you live. And what I mean by that is this. For the most part, a lot of people, they will get a raise and they will spend more money. What does that do? You might be trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you're not putting anything in your pocket. So that raise, as far as I'm concerned, is kind of worthless. Think about not changing your lifestyle whenever you get a raise. Take that extra bit of money and then put that into an investment, put that in savings, put it somewhere else. Don't spend it. Don't up your lifestyle. Don't level up. And the next one is, try to begin changing the way that you think about purchases. And what I mean by that is this, is a lot of people think about an item that they want to buy as, that ain't too much money, it's cheap. That's very expensive. So the way that I do it is this, is I think about my hourly wage and how much time that I have to sell my life for in order to buy this. So whenever you're thinking about buying a pair of shoes, how many hours of your life are you selling in order to purchase those shoes, to buy shirt, those pants, the socks, and everything else that you're thinking about? And when I put it into those terms, that I'm selling my life for this, it honestly makes me want to spend way less. Like I don't see the value in it anymore, because if I think about selling my life, which is literally what you're doing, anytime that you go to work, you're selling your time for money. When I put that into those words, it makes me want to buy a lot less things. So change the way you're thinking about purchases. It's not expensive, it's not cheap, it's selling your life in order to buy it. So this next one is kind of interesting. It's kind of rewarding yourself for not doing the habits that you may have created. And what I mean by that is this. Let's say you have enough money to go out to eat, and instead you go, you know what, not this time. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna make my meal, that's gonna be my night, right? The way that you can reward yourself is this, is create a savings account that you are able to put the money that you save into the savings. So it's like a savings account. So what I mean by that is this, is let's say you're about to go out to eat, but you're like, you know what, I have food at home, I don't need to. So it might have cost you $20 to go out to eat. At home, it costs you less than $5. So let's say you put $15, you take $15 out of your main savings account and you put it into your saving account. So now you have $15 in there. And every single time that you make a choice like that, take that money out and put it in your saving account. And you will be surprised how much you see that you save. As far as the way it will affect you, you're gonna see that you're doing something good. You are investing in yourself, you're investing in your life, you're investing in your future, and you get to literally every single day see this savings account grow. It will change your perspective on the way you treat your money, and it will encourage you to continue to save more money. Create a saving account. This next one is easily said, but it's very difficult, or not very difficult. This really is the amount of time that you're willing to put in, and it's this. Saving money, cutting things that you do, what we've said all before, is one thing. Inevitably, in order to save money, you need to make more money. You have to make more money. You got to figure out a way to make more money. And if you don't do that, you're not going to save as much money as you possibly could. One of the things for me is make sure that you are at a job that is giving you increases. I've been able to increase my hourly wage quite a bit over the past few years. My position, it had to do with they were worried that I was going to leave, things like that. If they're not willing to give you a increase in your wage, maybe it's time you need to look elsewhere. A lot of people every year, 2 years, they change jobs just to get that increase. So I do encourage you to figure out a way to increase what you're making. Not only that, I've increased my wage at my current position. I've also invested in rental properties with the money that I've saved. So now that makes me more money. One of the big things that you need to do is figure out how you can create more money for yourself. Saving is going to get you so far, but you have to create opportunities for more money possibilities, more side hustles, things that's going to put more money in your pocket. And that is it for the video. Hope you guys like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, and I will see you guys on the next video. So thanks for watching.